10 famous child actors you wouldn't recognize today. Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Screenie. Being a child star isn't as easy as it seems, because you usually grow up in the spotlight and fade into obscurity as soon as people move on to the next big thing. A majority of these actors stay remembered as the characters they played in their youth, despite the fact that they look nothing like that today. Growing up is part of everyone's journey, famous or not, but some child actors did more than that. They transformed into completely new people. You wouldn't even stop on the street to ask for a selfie because you wouldn't know who they are. Let's take a look at 10 famous child actors you wouldn't recognize today. Before we take a walk down memory lane, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing videos.
Mr. Long! Mr. Long!
Number 10. Matthew Lewis. The transformation of Matthew Lewis was so epic that his fans came up with a new expression to describe it. Every time we see a child actor growing into a super hunk, we call it the Neville effect, hence the Harry Potter star was the one who started it all. Lewis had spent his childhood playing the awkward and clumsy Hogwarts student, but as his character grew into a more courageous and outspoken person, so did the actor who played him. By the time Deathly Hallows Part 2 hit the theaters, Neville Longbottom from the first few movies was replaced by a sword-wielding badass the whole world fell for. After the last movie in the franchise wrapped up, Lewis mostly focused on TV work, starring in several British dramas including Bluestone 42 and Ripper Street. He also surprised Harry Potter fans with the raunchy photo shoot for Attitude magazine. J.K. Rowling had to cover her eyes after seeing that one, but his female fans weren't complaining.
I have to take you to the safe house.
My parents can't be spies. They're not cool enough.
Number 9. Alexa Vega. Alexa Vega rose to prominence with the role of Carmen Cortez in the Spy Kids franchise, but she's not a little girl anymore. Vega made that pretty clear by starring in Machete Kills, and when people saw her kicking ass in an extremely provocative costume, they could hardly believe it's the same person who used to fight evil robots with her little brother. She worked with the same crew on all of these movies and said it was extremely weird stepping in front of them half naked because it felt like being surrounded by a bunch of parents. Even when she has all of her clothes on, it's very difficult to find similarities between little Alex Vega and the young woman she's grown up to be. She looked like a completely different person while playing the lead on ABC's family show, Ruby and the Rockets, and when she appeared on Nashville, no one thought she looked familiar from somewhere else.
What could possibly happen?
Number 8. Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood started acting when he was only 7, appearing in several notable movies during the 90s, but the role in the Lord of the Rings franchise really put him on the map. That's why most people envision him with long hair and curly locks, but the famous actor looks nothing like Frodo Baggins in real life. His distinctive blue eyes are the only thing that gives him away. Wood made many interesting creative choices after leaving Middle-earth behind. Characters he played in years to come are a world away from Frodo, and that's part of the reason why it's so easy to forget about his iconic role while watching his new movies and TV shows. His most notable projects after The Lord of the Rings include Sin City, Green Street Hooligans, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but he's been focusing on TV recently. He appeared on comedy shows Wilfred and Dirk's Gently Holistic Detective Agency and played one of the lead roles in the critically acclaimed Netflix original movie, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore.
Hello. Are you gonna join or are you gonna stand there hovering?
Number 7. Taylor Momsen. Some of child stars are big fans of their early roles. Others can't wait to wave the past goodbye. That's certainly the case with Taylor Momsen, who pretty much burnt all her bridges in Hollywood and started building a new career from scratch. Momsen started acting when she was only 5 and got her breakout role in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. She starred in several children's movies before being cast as Jenny Humphrey on Gossip Girl, but didn't feel like sticking around until the very end. The famous fashion guru Tim Gunn made a cameo on the popular TV show and claimed the young star behaved like a diva on set, so it didn't come as a surprise surprise when she left to pursue other passions. She started performing with the rock bands The Pretty Reckless while still starring on Gossip Girl, and decided to focus on her music career full-time. There's zero resemblance between that sweet little girl with Whoville hairstyle and the wild rocker she grew up to be. But Mumson doesn't seem to mind.
Really talk. But no one wants to listen to me. You know that feeling? They just look at you. They just
Let's
really...
go right now. Let's go to the zoo.
Number 6. Jonathan Lipnicki, who you probably remember from Stuart Little, is one of the most notable cases of the Neville effect to date. The debut role in Jerry Maguire put him on the map, and he was cast in a few children's movies after that. Lipnicki is still around, but most people aren't aware of it because he usually stars in low-budget movies and TV shows no one is watching. Despite the fact he's not part of the A-list anymore, people are aware of his epic transformation. He's been training with mixed martial arts for a while, and when pictures of his ripped body went viral on the internet, people could hardly believe he was once a boy whose family adopted Stuart Little.
I don't know why, something about diet pills, but anyway, now she has a place in the state contest in Redondo.
Number 5. Abigail Breslin. Abigail Breslin won us over with her breakout role in the indie comedy Little Miss Sunshine, which earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Breslin was one of the most in-demand young actresses back in the day and starred in several hit movies including Definitely, Maybe, My Sister's Keeper, and Zombieland. Her most iconic character, Olive Hoover, never became a beauty pageant winner, but the girl who portrayed her grew up to be a gorgeous young lady. Not everyone is a fan of her new look, mostly because she's nothing like little Olive we love so much. Breslin's also been trying to leave her child star reputation behind by picking up roles in edgier projects, but it hasn't worked out every time. Her recent movies Final Girl and Perfect Sisters didn't do so great, and the TV show Scream Queens she starred in was cancelled after only 2 seasons. It seems like Hollywood no longer sees her as the ray of sunshine she once was.
I see dead people.
Number 4. Haley Joel Osment. When you deliver one of the most iconic movie lines of all time, you have to face dozens of strangers asking you to repeat it. Haley Joel Osment probably doesn't have to deal with hearing the catchphrase, "I see dead people," because people don't even know who he is when they see him on the street. The Sixth Sense made him an international sensation and brought him a nomination for an Oscar. But he looks nothing like the boy who attended every award ceremony after the movie came out. Haley's phone was constantly ringing at the beginning of the 2000s, and Steven Spielberg was one of the people who gave him a call. He played the lead in his movie Artificial Intelligence AI, but finding major roles proved difficult when he hit puberty. Joel Osment's mostly focusing on TV these days, and you'll recognize him by his bushy beard and ruggy hair that were nowhere to be found a few years ago.
My hand is up, I know the answer, and when my hand is down, I don't know the answer. Let me explain it again. Hand up, no, hand down, don't. I'm just saying.
Number 3. Raven-Symoné. Raven-Symoné was one of our favorite Disney stars growing up, but she also changed the most in the years to come. Unlike Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato, whose transformation was easy to track because they were constantly in the spotlight, Symoné wasn't around much when That's So Raven wrapped up in 2007. She tried to make a comeback with State of Georgia, but the ratings were too low and the ABC family canceled it after only 1 season. Symoné is a big fan of experimenting with hairstyles and hair colors, and she looks more unrecognizable every time she tries something new. By the time the network decided to give her a big comeback with the new sitcom Raven's Home in 2017, people could hardly believe that she was the same person who waved them goodbye 10 years ago. Despite looking completely different, Raven still has the same kind of magnetic energy she won us over with all those years ago.
It's horrible.
Don't worry. My dad will come.
Number 2. Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe is the very definition of child star. He grew up on movie sets while playing the boy wizard Harry Potter, one of the most iconic fictional characters ever created. Just like his lookalike Elijah Wood, Radcliffe found a way to distinguish himself from the character that made him famous by choosing unconventional roles. He started doing it even before leaving Hogwarts by bearing it all in the controversial play Equus. Radcliffe never shied away from raising a few eyebrows with his choices. The millions of dollars he made while playing Harry gave him the freedom to work on challenging indie projects no one else would touch. He appeared as Allen Ginsberg in Kill Your Darlings and shook the world after playing a farting corpse in Swiss Army Man. Even die-hard Potterheads didn't feel like showing up for that one. But that didn't stop Radcliffe from feeling very proud of the quirky projects he picked. Most importantly, the characters he went with were nothing like Harry.
Try and hurt me now. He hurt me with my own underwear.
Number 1. Josh Peck. Another proud member of the Neville Effect Club is the star of everybody's favorite Nickelodeon show, Drake and Josh. Fans of the teen sitcom probably expected Drake Bell to become the hottie when he grows up, but things turned out differently. Nerdy and awkward Josh Nichols could barely summon the courage to talk to girls, but the actor who played him no longer has that problem. He lost a lot of weight and transformed into a real heartthrob while Drake and Josh was still on air and looks even better now. Losing weight was a conscious decision for Peck, as not only because he wanted to look good, it was also about feeling healthier and being a good role model for kids regularly watching his show. Peck is still acting and doing voice work as Casey Jones in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but he's mostly focusing on vlogging now. He has around 1.3 million followers on his YouTube channel, and each new video he posts stands as a reminder he's still super funny and adorable. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content, and don't forget to check out one of the other 2 videos on the screen.